Hello guys, welcome back to our channel, Gentlemen and Motorcycles. So it's been more than a year you guys have seen any video from us, and there have been a lot of incidents which have happened in the background, and that is the reason we were not making any videos. What had happened? So like I got married, I came to Bangalore, and one thing very weird happened related to motorcycling. So just before our marriage, we met an accident with the new Himalayan, and it was a very ugly accident. And like all the accidents happening on the North Indian roads, it was not my fault. Some village guy simply popped over on the road without seeing left and right, and it was a very ugly accident, and it took a lot of time for me to recover. And then thoda sa hesitancy was there to immediately come on a motorbike, but then yeah, a motorcyclist always come back. So now I think with this video we are gonna start back. This video will be all about one of my oldest and one of my favorite bike, which is Yamaha R15 version 2, the black color bike which I have. Mostly I have not made enough videos or any content about that bike because since it's an old bike and not that comfortable to drive with two people, we have not been driving that much, and we were mostly driving the other bike which we had. But today, this video is little emotional for me because what information I'm sharing with you is little heart touching for me. So I have planned to sell that bike off, mostly because of parking issues. I don't have enough parking space right now in Bangalore where I'm living. So, and the bike will be going away like within 2 days or 1 day from now. So I will share you about my 10-year experience of owning a Yamaha R15 version 2, which is absolutely a legend bike. According to me, all the bikes which I have rode till now, from the liter class to 100cc bikes, R15 V2 is one of the bike which has been very close to my heart. Any version, even though I have owned it or not, and among all the four versions which are available in the market, version 2 was the most classical bike. For last 2 decades, trust me, for Indian motorcycle industry, R15 V2 has been a very benchmark of a bike and kind of a milestone. Actually, I would say the bike is very good looking, very gracious, and is technically truly a scaled down version of a proper sports motorcycle. It has a very good braking. It has a very good engine, an engine which you can love revving and which you will love cruising. Very good gearbox. The gearbox of R15 is so smooth that trust me, when I have started driving bigger bikes, sometimes I feel like some expensive bike slipper clutch are not as good as the basic gearbox of the R15. So yeah, and that is the reason I kind of truly love it. And the bike is so light that when you drive it in city traffic, it's literally like you can play around, and the confidence it gives to you. So let's not talk much and let me show you the bike. Here is my Black Beauty. Yes, this bike is Karnataka number because I bought it during the college. And this bike was in Kanpur and have been shipped here to Bangalore like 3 months back. And it's full black and I love it for that. Very simple. I've just removed all kind of graphics which were there in the bike before, and now it's completely black. Just have a look. So let's go on a ride and talk more about it. So bye guys, after 3 to 4 years, we are back on roads of Bangalore. अभी ऑलमोस्ट 1 महीने के बाद मेरी जीटी और हिमालयन भी probably बैंगलोर आ जाएंगी और ये तो जाने वाली है. But I so much enjoy driving this bike. It's very compact, lightweight, and if you guys can catch up with the voice, but since I'm using Canon filter and no other kind of modification, but still the bike noise is very good. Just see, you can catch the noise. I'm using Autolog Designs double bubble visor, and it's a very old visor. Actually, I bought it something around 2016 or 2017. Since then, it's been faring very well actually. The best question in the Indian market is the mileage. It gives a very good mileage, and which is very good. Let me tell you about a little brief history about the bike. So I bought this bike in 2013 when I was like in end of the first semester and starting of the second semester of my college. थोड़ा सा पैसा मम्मी से लेके and all the savings which I had from like 2 years, I just put it into it. थोड़ा पैसा दोस्तों से borrow भी किया था, and it was that time it was the biggest bike in my friend circle. After that, a lot of bikes came in, even a liter class bike came in, but the memories from this bike will always be there. उसके बाद we went on a lot of road trips. You won't believe we went with pillion, with luggage, a lot of road trips. In fact, I went to Kanyakumari, Trivandrum on a bike. So I have done probably which people do not think anybody can do on a R15. So a lot of people in my friend circle, they complain that R15 is very uncomfortable. R15 gives me the pain in the wrist. But I don't agree with those guys. You should not complain about a riding posture in a sports bike. So this is a different character altogether. It's a sports bike. You cannot be in a relaxed position. It demands you to be attentive on the road. And this is an attentive and aggressive riding posture. But people who tell that they have, wrist pain or all those things, I don't believe in that. If they have, then they definitely haven't learned how to actually drive these kind of bikes. So there is one mod which I very recently added to the bike, is adding a night eye. I think so. I'll just tell few problems which I came across with this bike. I mean, इतनी तारीफ कर रहा हूँ तो इसकी negatives भी हैं जो मुझे बताना ज़रूरी है. One of the main negative is the rear mirror. So the placement of rear mirror is such a way that you cannot view more than 30% of the mirror. Right. So that is one of the negatives. Another negative I would say is that the bike does not offer any kind of storage. But that is a negative which is debatable, because if you are gonna buy a sports bike, you won't get that kind of luxury anyways. Other than these two things, I mean, these many years it happened, I did not find any kind of issues, major design issues or major engineering issues with the bike. No, this bike is so reliable, so reliable. I mean, one of the most reliable bikes I've ever ridden. And even I was on a Kurg Medicare trip with my friends, and it was rainy those days, and suddenly the battery of the bike was gone, and still I was able to pull off full road trip without changing the bike. The bike starts with just one in the first gear or second gear with just a push, so you won't find much of an issue actually. We managed. When I was in college time, I did not have that kind of money, and that time according to the income grade of that time in the market, this bike was pretty expensive to maintain actually. So what I used to do is I used to get a Motul V3, and rest all stuff I used to do in my home only, cleaning the air filter, doing basic stuff, servicing and all. And by doing that, I used to save a lot of money. And actually, taking care of my bike myself is what actually helped me to honestly make sure that my bike remained healthy for a longer time. So here is the bike in flesh, in outdoors. So there is one thing which I really, when I was looking to buy a bike, I really liked about this bike was in the age of 2010 2011, where radial tires were not that common. That time this bike had come with radial tires on the rear. Front tire was a normal generic tire, but rear is a radial tire. And I really, that is one thing which gives a very good confidence. A radial tire with proper swing arm. It's a proper cast aluminum swing arm, not a box section swing arm. So if you see, even in bikes like Continental GT or Ninja 650, these comes with a box section swing arm, which has some kind of torsionality in there. Those are not that torsionally rigid compared to a proper cast section swing arm, which gives you a very good handling while taking a corners or something. Suspension at the time when this version was launched, these suspensions were very good. And just look at the bike, man, how good it looks. And that too in this full black livery, it looks truly awesome. I mean, I honestly believe the chassis is able to handle way more power than this bike actually offers. I personally believe this chassis can handle around 24 to 25 bhp easily. This bike used to give me around 17 bhp. Yeah, so still with those 17 bhp, you won't believe. I mean, when the bike was new back in the days, on expressways, I have taken this bike above 148 or 149. Although I don't, advise anybody to do that with a bike which is 150cc, because 150cc bikes are not meant to take that kind of speed, or not meant to handle the emergency brakings at that kind of speed. And because of the weight, that speeds are not that sustainable. I mean, this bike is hardly 140 145 kgs, but still this bike can totally do it. And with some kind of modifications, reducing the weight, I think adding the Daytona kit, I personally believe a very well maintained R15 can go way beyond. I mean, it can touch 165 to 170 as well. I know a lot of people who have done reboard it and done a lot of stuffs, but I mean, then investing on the bike, you can just go for a bigger bike, right? I just like this bike way stock. I never wanted to add any graphics, so the lines, the curves on this bike was so beautiful. I never felt like adding any graphics. Now in 2 days this bike will be gone. It will be sold, and it will be with some new guys who will add some their memories on with this baby. And just listen to the exhaust note. So I'll add a video link with this video where I've added some exhaust note videos, and trust me, all my friends, they just simply love this bike's exhaust note. Even though if you have a lot of money, let's say, or you are crazy about bikes, you watch a lot of videos, but still if you want to learn the basics of driving, learn the cheeky moves of the bikes, you want to learn how the gear shifts work, how you can extract the best mileage, how you can perform stoppies and all those things, I still believe this is the best bike to learn how to ride a motorcycle. And I am that kind of a guy that I believe the fundamental of growing with the bike. I think if somebody watching this video is 18 years or 20 years of age, buy a second-hand R15, or if your money allows, buy a new R15. Learn how to drive, grow with the bike, grow old with your bike, and then upgrade to a bigger bike. And then you will enjoy more, experience the soul of a bike. Not like this. I know a lot of people who have the money, they simply go to the shops and they want to buy the best available bike they can afford to stand out within the groups. But I will say that's not what you should do, right? Even though if you can afford a bike, just start with a beginner bike. I follow a lot of people who make a lot of biking content from Europe, Australia, America, and trust me, I know a lot of people who do own a litter class bike, but they drive a 250 class bike in their daily life and they enjoy it. the fun is not in driving a bike, which can go till 300 and driving it in hundreds. Rather, a bike which can go to 150 and driving it at 150. There the fun lies. So, guys, with this video, I just want to say farewell to one of the, one of my best friend, my best buddy, जिसने मेरा 10 साल साथ दिया, and it was it was fun and a very beautiful memories living with this bike. And with this video, I would say that Yamaha R15 is one of a gold standard bike which we have in the market. By this all, I would like to end this video and wish you all a very happy 75th Republic Day. Ride safe, guys, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.